Did I talk too fast in the last episode? I apologize. Alright, so I mentioned all the ships that are in my hangar that I've bought with real money in Star Citizen, and now the ones that I want to buy in-game. So, my current fixation has been the 890. The 890 was the ship that I got, that got me into Star Citizen. But, and like, what I want it for is to have a mobile base. I want to live off of a large ship, and I want to be able to take it places, and I want to be able to just live off of it. And, you know, potentially have a group of friends, and it's just, that is our thing. We just take our big old capital ship, fly it around places, and the 890 is the most accessible, and I think probably, if you just want a mobile base, to augment ground FPS, that, like, yeah, it works. Would I want other variants of the 800, the series? Yeah, I could see. I don't necessarily need a combat version. I don't need to slap a big railgun onto an 890. But, you know, some more turrets, maybe some bounty hunting things. I'm not super interested in bounty hunting, but, you know, you could do some things. Replace some of the luxury stuff, maybe with exploration stuff. There's definitely a few things you could do. Speaking of scavenging, maybe we go do a little bit of scavenging while I'm here. Yeah. The ship that I really want is the Pioneer. I don't necessarily, like, want to do base building as, like, an entire profession. And I don't know necessarily how... I don't know how viable the Pioneer will be as a solo... Not a solo ship. It's not going to be... Capital ships aren't solo ships. They never will be. Well, okay, for a very limited time, they might be. But, that's not the intention. They're not going to be. If you think they are, you're an idiot. You're... you're fooling yourself. Everybody is going to be telling you that... Like, unless... If you think... Well, okay. If you mean, like, a solo player with NPC crew, that will be a thing. They have promised that. They have promised that much. They have suggested that much. They, you know. But it's not going to be a thing for a while. NPC crew is going to be more expensive and probably maybe better, maybe worse than players, depending. The Pioneer is a mobile crafting base. You can craft small ships, you can craft bases, which, you know, definitely there's a few things using it as a, as an outpost.
Human presence identified. For your safety and our productivity metrics, please refrain from engaging in any work while on the premises.
Damn. Okay.
Anyone attempting to enter the facility and engage in work activities will be terminated.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So yeah, the Pioneer is just a capital ship that I can carry a small fighter on, has a bunch of cargo space, and it has crafting. The 890 doesn't do crafting. Presumably, you might be able to use the 890. You might be able to bring a crafting machine onto an 890. So you might be able to, you know, use the 890 as a mobile base like that, and that would that wouldn't be totally terrible, I don't think. I'd be willing to do that. I mean, that's really... Yeah. The Idris is definitely a ship that would be cool to have. If I have enough referral bonuses, I could get an Idris. If I have enough referral bonuses, I could also get a Javelin. But if that happens, it's going to be a very long ways away, so, you know. If I do get enough referral bonuses to have an Idris, and definitely a Javelin, I will have an org large enough to regularly make use of it. I don't know if I could basically rent it out, because I don't know if I would want to use it a huge amount, but definitely an Idris, the idea of a mobile base would be great. I do want to have outposts, especially because you need a port of call, and I would love to make a port of call. And frankly, I would love to be the org who just... I don't want to do base building as a main thing. I know that I probably will get... I will probably love the idea of doing base building, and I could see myself as just being the org in the Alliance that just solely is the sole maintainer of locations, of outposts and space stations, potentially. That is definitely something I could see. And, and I have excluded the idea of a space station, right? Is there any reason for that? It's a very involved thing. And, you know, maybe a space station is a thing that I could do. I'm definitely, never say never. Just, it seems like a very far off goal, and it doesn't seem like a thing that I need to do, right? In order to do what I want, for my main game loops. Yeah. Other than that... trying to think. Other than that, I mean, there's like some minute details of like, oh, I want this ship, want that ship. I want to try the Guardian. I'm interested in. The Guardian is becoming... You can buy it, the regular Guardian, in 4.3, which I'm excited about, and probably won't pick up immediately. I'm still saving for that 890. Frankly, to some degree, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should be waiting. By the time I have enough, I might be able to just buy a... I might be able to buy a Pioneer. Which would definitely be funny. But yeah, or potentially they'll come out with the Kraken. I don't know. That Kraken's probably further off, but oh well. Actually, I don't know. But yeah, it could be either of those. The Kraken also wouldn't be terrible. It doesn't have the crafting, but it has the space. It definitely has the space to attach, to just put a cargo, to put a bunch of crafting things in, and it also does seem like it would be a very good... Well, it's a mobile pirate base, but it can also be used to fight pirates in that same vein, right? I think, anyway. I think that's probably a fair assessment. Of course, you know, some mining ships, and salvage ships, but like, I mean, you know, that is super up to, hey, I want to do these things, but like, they're not hugely important. You know, like, I want to do these things probably as side activities, as just things to, oh, I can go and do this. I'm not going to be good at that, but it's just a thing that, at some point I can't do combat all day, I can't do crafting all day. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't think there's anything too crazy otherwise. Yeah. And yeah, I definitely will be trying to grind out for that 890.
Very good to see you.
Yeah, no, that is a goal. That is a genuine ass goal of mine. To go and get an 890. It's like everything's gonna get wiped when 1.0 hits, so I'm gonna have to start that grind all over again. Maybe I'm not mentally prepared to lose a capital ship that I grind for months and months and months. Well, actually, I guess we're coming up on a year, basically. Shit. Yeah, so... yeah. Existential crisis aside, until next time, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.